is only going to be a first look, guys. I couldn't wait. Could not wait. I can't do a full review on it. I've only been using this thing for 2 days. 2 days. This RDA, man. Woo! It's giving me kick-ass flavor. The draw and the flavor is what really gets me. It's not an airy draw. It's for the guy that wants a lung hit, but a restrictive lung hit. It's very similar to the Aromomizer, but it's better in my opinion, okay? You get that nice indirect airflow, and I'll tell you what, it's good. Oh yeah, and the RDA we're going to be talking about today is the Vortice, or the Vortice by Vapor Shark, okay? You guys know who Vapor Shark is, but I will tell you this. I've used nichrome, I've used canthal, I've used nickel. Nickel is the way to go for this RDA. This thing is made for nickel. And it's not only just made for nickel, but it's made for 28 gauge nickel. You can run this thing in single coil or dual coil mode. The build I have in here is a 0.13 ohm reading at rest using 28 gauge NI200. Remember, a single coil. I have a single coil in here, and I'm vaporing at, well, I'm vaporing on this Yeehee SX Mini M class. First of all, I'm vaporing in standard mode at 375 degrees at 40 joules, and I've got the airflow wide open on each side. I don't even need to adjust the airflow. Wide open is perfect for me. Like I said, you get that restrictive lung hit, but you can adjust her. You can close her off, and the flavor I get off this using the 28 gauge nickel, it's some of the best I've had in a long while. It's just meant for the nickel. And you know what, Vapor Shark, you guys should advertise that. I've tried it out, and I know this is subjective. I know it's subjective, but I know a great vape from a good vape from a horrible vape. I've been doing this long enough, and I can tell you right now, using all those other wires, canthal, nichrome, all of them are great. They're great, but just not for this product. So you guys know the drill. We're going to go ahead and dive down. I'm going to give you a quick little peek, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to wrap this up. I'm not going to go over any pros or cons. Like I said, this is just a first look. I'm not going to let you know if I lost this today. Would I go out tomorrow and buy one? No! I need more time with it. Capiche? So here's a quick close-up view of this Vortice by Vapor Shark. You got your Vortice RDA, which fits into this slot right here. And you also receive an extra barrel for single coil or single airflow mode. And you also receive a Delrin 510 drip tip adapter along with some spare parts. Here's a close-up view of the single airflow barrel that comes with this kit. The Delrin 510 drip tip adapter. Spare parts. Extra O-rings, extra screws, extra posts, extra insulators, a Phillips head screwdriver, and you also get a squawkable 510 pin. See that right there? It's got a hole through it. So here's a close-up view of this Vortice RDA. A few specs for you. She's primarily made of stainless steel. In width, she's 22 millimeters, and then in height, with this wide bore Delrin drip tip attached that it comes with, she's 30.75 millimeters. That's what I measured. And as you guys can see, it's got a brushed finish. A close-up view of those 510 threads. Now the pin is made of stainless steel, and here's the thing. It comes with a squawkable pin. You pop that pin out, you pop the squawkable pin in, and you can squawk away. Pop it on a device. Wide bore Delrin drip tip comes out like so. So this wide bore tip is 18 millimeters in height, and the bore is 12 millimeters. Alrighty, so here's a top view inside of this Addy, okay, and you got 4 slots on one side, 4 slots on the other. That's your airflow, and on each side of this barrel, and this is the dual airflow barrel that comes with this, by the way, you got 1 slot on one side, 1 slot on the other, and that's your airflow. I mean, you got, it's like that swirling effect. It's very similar to the Aromomizer. So yeah, that airflow on each side swirls up to the top, and you got your 2-post design, which you'll see in a second. Dual airflow barrel comes off like so. And here's a look at this dual airflow barrel. And as you guys can see, the inner barrel is double O-ringed, and then you got your swirling slots for your airflow. 4 swirling slots on one side, 4 on the other. And this inner barrel is threaded onto the deck. So here's the deck section. As you guys can see, it's got a 2-post design. Post holes are, I measured them to be each one 1.2 millimeters in diameter. It uses Phillips head screws to tighten down and make connection with all your leads. The insulator is made of PEEK. Line up the 2 parallel slots with the swirling slots. So that right there, boys and girls, a quick look at this Vortice RDA by Vapor Shark. Let's go ahead and take her back to FaceTime. Before we wrap this up, I want to show you a couple things. First of all, the placement of my coil. Here it is. All right, you see that? That's a single standard 28 nickel build, okay? And I have it sitting slightly above the post holes, okay? See that? The airflow around there, it hits all sides of the coil. And the second thing I want to show you guys how to do, because I didn't do it in the close-ups, is how to adjust the airflow. It's super easy. All I do is just pull the outer barrel off like so. And then what I do is I just line it up from the top. If I want to close halfway off on one side, halfway off on the other, line it up, press fit it, and I'm good to go. Like I said, give me some time. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now. This is some of the best flavor I've gotten in a while. What? Tell the bitch I'll call her back.